Take an inventory of your current self-care, the things that you do to look after your body, your mind, biohacking tools, supplements, everything that you do for your general well-being. And even just asking that question, like, how do you feel? Do you start to feel stressed, excited, empowered? Just notice. Are your self-care routines lifting you up or making you feel behind, stressed, overwhelmed, and inadequate? Welcome to Move with Soul. I'm Jeanne, and this is the podcast where we talk about somatic embodiment and how to use your body as a tool to navigate life so you can make the impact and be the person and do all the things that you literally came here to do. Each episode is inspired by the astrological transits, and this current episode, we're talking about that Virgo Full Moon Eclipse. So whether you're tuning in for March 2025 or because the title has resonated with you, trust that. All these topics are always relevant, and this is becoming your little resource library to pick and choose from depending on what themes are coming up for you in your life. So we have that Virgo eclipse. It is a full moon eclipse, which is a big time letting go. I'm a Virgo rising, so this is huge for me, my fellow Virgo risings out there. Letting go of an identity, moving along, shifting in things. But honestly, that is just in the collective at large because of this Pisces and Virgo energy. Pisces is your dreams, your spirituality, your intuitive, like big endings. And anyways, is a big theme for us in the universe and the collective right now is endings. And Virgo is the body, the mind-body connection, your health, your routines, analyzing the details, refinement, what's not working, what is. That's the Virgo magic, the Virgo specialty. However, Virgo can be so hyper obsessed with self-improvement, self-care, routines. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be aligned and working out and structured and flowing, and it has to mean something. And Virgo is constantly calculating what's inadequate, what's not working, right? Which is amazing because it helps with problem solving. It helps seeing the cog in the machine, if you will. But a Virgo can be so obsessed that it can take over your life. I mean, Virgo is also the mind-body connection as well. So what's the cog in your own machine between your own mind-body connection? Is it because you have this overwhelming list of wellness to-dos that are making you feel constantly behind? Yes, that I fully resonate with that. So we're in this together if this is you too. Sometimes I just laugh because I want to start a habit. Something I've been doing for the last year is this lymphatic drainage, facial massage stuff for my neck, my head, my shoulders, my face. So I'll go in and out of being consistent with that, right? And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to start doing that again. And then before I know it, I have this notebook of 6 or 7 other things that I'm going to habit stack on this new habit. And if you've ever read Atomic Habits or learned about habit stacking, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way because it's overwhelming and it makes us feel like we're constantly running behind on the schedule. And that's not what wellness and self-care is supposed to be like, right? It's not supposed to make us feel that way. Yes, discipline and structure and doing all the things that you said you would to feel empowered, and good things take time, good things take hard work. Yes, that's true. But what I'm talking about is, what are you adding to your plate that is actually stressing you out? And what can you take away? This energy is this letting go. We have the South Node there in Virgo, so you might notice some health and wellness routines or things that have worked for you in the past. Certain foods, supplements, environments, memberships, fitness routines, things, whatever, something to do with your body, your wellness that really served you. And you might feel this call towards something else. Your body is so intelligent and it knows exactly what it needs. And it's constantly sending you these messages. So how can you slow down and listen enough to pay attention? And does that require you to take some of those things off your plate? Now, Virgo energy can be very attached to productivity and getting things done and checking off the boxes and to-do lists. And that's all great. And that can be a form of self-care too, like doing the things you need to do instead of procrastinating, which is the Pisces specialty, the opposite end of the spectrum. However, If you're constantly in this future and I need to get this done, I need like this big rat race, you're not actually taking a second to check in with yourself, with your body, and see how you're really feeling so you can get these messages in the first place. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like the dog chasing its tail energy. It can just be overwhelming. It can be too much. So where are you hyper-focused on the self-improvement and the self-care that you actually could just chill out a little bit? Let's talk examples. If you're feeling really overwhelmed by this big commitment you made to yourself to get into the gym and do all these workouts, what if you deviated a little bit and went to a class with some friends instead, or went on a walk with your bestie, called them up, had a good time? How can you bring in a little bit more creativity and softness into these rigid routines that are for your wellness, that might give you a little bit more joy and fun and creativity? Maybe you actually don't need that 4-hour morning routine. Maybe that's actually stressing you the fuck out because it feels like this giant weight on your back of responsibility. But do you see how the pressure to be this like perfect, well, biohacked individual could actually be taking away from you actually fully experiencing life? Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. And like, I'm swallowing it right here with you because this is me. So what I constantly do to check myself and to help clients through this who have this tendency as well is pick one priority. Out of all the wellness things that you have swirling on in your head, you want to do the ice plunge, you want to read your book, you want to journal, you want to do breath work, you want to do yoga, you want to do fitness routine, you want to meal prep, you want to eat all clean ingredients and no seed oils and inflammation and your hormone health and you know what I mean? You have all these things. Pick one priority, stick to it for 90 days. Or you could do a month or a time period that resonates with you. I wouldn't do anything less than a month. 1 month to 90 days. Stick to one priority. Make one goal. And let yourself feel successful completing that one goal or that one task or that one priority. So for example, let's take Ashtanga yoga. My priority for the next 3 months is Ashtanga yoga. I really want to work on my practice, devote my energy there. I want to start to calm my mind down with all this. I want to work on this pose, right? So you can have little micro goals inside your one priority. It's not just like one goal, but that's my area of focus. Okay? So I'll make a practice goal then. I want to practice this many times and whatever, right? And let that be enough. Let one goal, let one focus be enough. And check in with yourself. What is really the most important? And even taking a step back, like when you say narrow it down to one priority, one area to focus, how did you react? Are you like, no, I'm going to fall apart if I don't have all these areas of focus? Take a breath. And let me remind the part of you who already knows this is true of something, so you can bring the rest of your body and your nervous system online with this fact. You are already whole. You are already enough. Your body functions amazingly. Your cells are constantly turning over. Your heart is beating without you even having to try. You're breathing in. We're so lucky to have this oxygen by the trees and it's fresh air, right? Some places more than others, yes. But you're able to breathe through this oxygen and filter out any toxins through your kidneys, your liver, your, sweat glands, lymph. Your body's already doing that. And all this extra stuff, it's a bonus and it absolutely helps you. But what would happen if you just took it all away? Would your body still function? Would you still be able to love the people that you love and do the things that you want to do? Yeah. So what's this attachment to the I need to be this perfect, routined machine version of myself? And oh yeah, like I can actually function perfectly without doing any of it. So what's the in between? Like, what's there? Stress, pressure, insecurities, self-doubt. Yeah, but there's something else. Like, what is it? I would love to hear what's coming through for you. Like, what is it? Why are we so obsessed with having all these routines and the wellness stuff? Like, you know, maybe we go through this time of not even paying attention to our health and our vitality and our well-being, to then having this awakening of like, oh my God, the power is in my hands. If I eat these foods, I'm going to feel this way. And if I spend time with these people doing these things, I'm going to feel this way. And if I get in the ice bath, I'm going to feel this way, which is amazing. But we can forget that we are already perfectly designed without any of it. Right? And there's so much happening beneath the surface. So it's like this sense of empowerment, but also like a false sense of control. Another Virgo word. Yeah. So this eclipse is asking you to evaluate or reevaluate what routines, what tools, what support systems that you lean on that might actually be taking away from your life force in the end, that might be applying more pressure and strain and stress and feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. What things actually give you more vitality? You know, pick your priority. Pick your one priority and let it be what it is. And stick to it for 90 days and see if it really fuels you. Let it be an experiment versus a list of 100 things that you have to check off before you go to bed. All these metrics, all these things, like, they're important. I mean, two things can be true at the same time. Many things can be true at the same time. So while these metrics and these tools and these things can be helpful for us, at what point do we just put them down and live and be present? And how many of our ailments could be fixed or healed or soothed is probably the best word, with just a little bit more presence and a little bit more joy and a little bit more being in your body instead of in your phone tracking your sleep, REM sleep, and in your journal logging your hours that you spent meditating and so forth. So how can you restructure and rebuild your routine so it actually supports you? And I would love to know if this is your tendency and what little mind tips and tricks have worked for you. Let me know down below. Please take care of yourselves. Please be in your body. And when in doubt, take a deep breath. And I'll see you next week.